like great.
It's
probably
hundreds
good
times
enough.
better. Yeah, it's got to be at least under 200 now, because before it was so clear that you would turn a corner and it would be like
obviously
2
dead
seconds
before you
later.
saw the guy.
And yeah, or you turn a corner running knowing someone's behind you, and then bullets hit you like well after you turn the corner and you die, like 8 or 10.
Yeah.
I think that's a more systemic issue, but in terms of
And
like
that's
most, but in terms of most annoying bugs currently, I think it's like helmet bug,
Respawn bug.
respawn. You can't respawn until the round ends bug. I think are the two biggest.
Is a lot less frequent than it used to be. I don't know if that's
No, it happens pretty often. I think it's just like it comes and goes for some people. I saw Kitten get it like 4 games in a row. Or
The laser rifle shooting bug is still kind of annoying.
I don't get that one anymore.
Really? Where you like scope and you can't shoot?
No, I think Silent's talking about the where you die shooting and it keeps shooting.
Oh no, screw that.
Yeah, I don't get that
care about
anymore.
that. No, the whole like when you sprint and you scope up and then you have to like let go of left click to start shooting because it's not shooting for some reason. That's a killer bug. That just kills you all day.
I actually don't have that issue. Like I've done it before, but like the way I normally sight in, I don't have that issue.
You good on upper? I'll cover you.
Um,
Covering you.
I would say that the gun balance is probably going to be a problem eventually. Like when I can put a red dot on that ballistic, people are going to really start complaining. Because it already is kind of broken.
More up?
But
It's just impossible to see what you're shooting at.
so like nobody uses it. So like no one in really AFTW really uses it, but most of us acknowledge it's the better gun.
Come back. I can cover you.
I only use it as a secondary if people are like going hard on the shotgun.
You're in good hands.
But those are like the bugs. In terms of like long-term playability, more maps, more game modes. I see it on the forums from time to time, but I actually like the idea of like if one of the bigger capital ships that's not important to story, I guess, comes out, just like put it down as a static entity and have people fight over it. I think that'd be pretty fun.
Isn't that captured the address already?
Yeah, that was something on their plan that they wanted to do.
But they never did.
The hit detection or the penetration problem is still there for the ballistic rifle.
Respawn allowed in 0 seconds.
Didn't that get fixed in the latest patch?
Are you stuck, like, it says respawning at the top?
It doesn't say respawning yet, but I bet if I...
Try holding a grenade.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
There, like occasionally you can still act, but there are sometimes when you're just dead and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You have to wait for the round ends or the game's over.
Yeah, the penetration bug makes things a little bit hard to balance, I think.
Which one?
Is that a bug? Because like they had the
Bullets
penetration
can hit
issue with the
twice.
helmet,
But it's still there for the ballistic rifle.
not the one-shot headshot though.
Pretty sure it is.
No, we tested that.
Only a few. If it's on the crouching target one from behind, but not in the front anymore. I haven't been able to. I was not able to reproduce from the front.
Yeah. Matt and I tried to reproduce that for a while. It's not there anymore.
You can still do it if you're from the behind them and they're like the back of the head one.
Right.
If they're crouched down, it'll still work. But the from the front one didn't seem to work anymore.
Map balance also might have some issues at the moment. I know that Sean like does a lot of work with like the timings, but we heard that like the QA guys don't even jump down the stairs, which I don't know if you've noticed, but we all jump down the stairs because you don't take the speed penalty.
I jump down the stairs all the time.
Yeah.
Every time.
From what I was told by him, the QA guys aren't doing that. They're running down them, and so all their timings are off. Because like they'll think Outlaw is balanced because Outlaw has to run down 2 stairwells, but we jump down both, so it's like they're not there.
Trill.
But he also said that you guys want to fix that, where like apparently jumping down the stairs won't work somehow. So
I think
if that,
the stamina penalty from falling will override the benefit or something.
I don't know about that. So like if that happens, then it'll bring his map balance more in line with what he's expecting. But for right now, like he thinks that Outlaw is, you know, on par with Marine for this map, and that's just not true. Outlaw takes it far and away.
For Station Damien?
Yeah.
I really like that you get a speed boost jumping down.
Like jumping down the
for-
stairs?
Yeah, I like that there's a thing that you can do. Try to give yourself an
Two
edge.
there, watch out.
Yep, and we all do that because like we picked up on that pretty quickly, and then. But if they're going to balance the maps around people not doing that, then that's going to be a problem in the long term. At the same time, though, I don't know that like the general player base is like competitive or good enough for that to really manifest in any obvious way. But like, I actually kind of wish we should maybe keep stats on like our pugs at some point, because I'm pretty sure the win rate on Outlaw is leagues ahead. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's 100% obvious, and just like the moment the side swip happens, the game just feels so much harder. Like even like same teams, like if we were winning, we won 2-0 on Outlaws, and then it swapped, and then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
we're Marines now.
If one
Game
of
is
the
a
teams,
giant
if
uphill
one of the
battle.
teams can get a round on Marine, it's like game over. Like that's like a win pretty much.
Yeah, because it's just so much harder.
Because we've had games where like one Outlaw wins and the other team or Marines have like 20 points on the board, and they'll do that 2 times in a row. So it looks like Outlaws are way better, and then the sides switch and it's completely reversed. They then 200 to 20 us.
Yep.
But I imagine that if you guys have any stats on it, that it won't show up like that in like the grand scheme of things, just because I don't think the general player base can.
Well, most of the reason that
Stolen.
exists is because of the early game C push, and you need team coordination to do that. Because if you push C, the meta is basically turned to where Marines have to defend C at the beginning of the round and get it, and then you push C as Outlaw. It's try and stop the cap. If you win as Marines, if you stop the push, you're kind of like on even ground. But if you lose and the guy gets killed and they gain,
Like 40 points off of the fact that you don't.
it's
have
not
C.
even 40 points. They have like all macro. They get A and B for free. They already have D, and then they can just spawn camp you.
And then even if
Spoke
you
me.
do push
It's
for
just-
like A or B, B is heavily outlawed favored. You can't take that from them at the start, and A is really hard for either team to take, so neither team really ever gets it.
Yeah, it's just they're uncapped most of the time.
Because A
Yeah, well,
is
not
just
until
too
wipe, Not
dangerous.
until wipes. Yeah, you only get an A after pretty much a wipe.
Control point contested.
Doesn't it feel so much better running around light armor now?
No, it feels so much better having like 80 FPS because nobody joined. My poor 144 Hz monitor, it doesn't see its full potential anymore. Between player unknown and this game, I don't know when the last time I got 144 was.
On Battlegrounds, man. The game would be so easy.
I'd just give up on Star Citizen and just be like, fuck it.
No one pushing A.
I feel so bad about that frame rate thing.
Spree.
This dude's trying to kill people with a shotgun from here. Like, what is this guy doing?
Dude, you can get super lucky with a shotgun.
That is
It-
true.
If one blast hits you in the head, you're dead. If one of those shots.
Fortunately, this game's probably gonna gutter out and die soon.
I mean, I think there should be a consequence to jumping downstairs.
Oh, I ran out of ammo.
Like, if you land
Control
on the
point
slope of a stair,
contested.
maybe that should be problematic for you, but
Alright.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because if there's like 5 steps or whatever and you jump down it in real life, you'll obviously won't lose speed. But if you jump down like a flight of stairs, you're gonna land in the middle of those stairs, and you're probably not gonna have the good
That
rest
would-
of those stairs.
If they actually do that though, that'll ruin the speed buff anyways. Because if you ever try and jump from midway down the stairs, you're already too slow. You don't have the momentum to like make it.
Right.
So you
But I
gain
mean,
nothing
like,
from it. So it'd only work at all if you jumped over the entirety of the stairs, and you'd have to do it from the top. So it'll only work for small stairways. I'm also waiting for the stamina change just because I don't think it's going to change the game nearly as much as like a lot of the people think it will.
I think it makes respawns more punishing. But I feel like if you like increase the round counter the respawn by like 15 seconds or maybe 10 seconds, it would be about the same result.
Okay, there's the second game going on. Cool.
Accessing control point.
Like, I don't do a lot of multiplayer design in general, but for me, I always want to have a way to be doing better at no matter what thing I'm doing. If I could be eking out some small bit of benefit from it, then that's more engaging gameplay to me. And I think that, although there's no real counter to the stairs, there's no reason not to do it. That's an example of making the traversal more interesting.
Control point contested.
But even without that, stairs are also just like an interesting facet of the game to begin with, because going up them, you're slowed down, and there's no way around that one. So it actually creates an interesting asymmetry where, you don't want to push upstairs, but it's okay to push down them.
Yeah.
It also, if you jump down the stairs like that, you're committing to going down the stairs. You either take a huge slow penalty, or you commit all the way, and if there's people waiting down there, oh well.
Yeah. And generally with movement, I definitely agree that I like to have those kind of like, like bunny hopping-ish kind of concepts where doing it just right gives you a little...
There's I've never actually played it myself, but apparently in Gears of War there was like a reload thing where if you hit the reload at the right time during the reload would be faster.
Active reload.
Yeah. So like
Buzzword for it and everything.
So like that mechanic applied to like a lot of the other mechanics, such as going down the stairs or something like that, where you just have you hit the bump just right and you can go down faster. Or like if you hit the railing, if you jump on the railing on the stairs at the right time, you can actually like power slide down the railing. It's like I only done like 4 times, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, in Call of Duty 4, you could jump vaulting like like a little bit before you're sprinting, and you could like jump up onto it. Where if you hit spacebar right as your your body's up against it, you have a little slower where you have to like climb over the wayside thing. I like things. And if you're you're slightly above it. General, you can jump and just straight up land on it with no additional animation. You could just, be high enough to land on the railing with your feet.
Yeah. Well, like the thing that I like about it being associated with the stairs is that that's not something that you can just ambiently do anywhere. There's contextual parts of the level that determine whether or not that's a good thing for you to be doing. Whereas, like, the problem with bunny hopping is just like a general thing is that if instead of running you should be jumping and sliding, and it's kind of silly. Respawning. But if I can get to certain
tribes folk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tribes is different because it's entirely built around that. It's not silly in tribes. It's silly in everything else.
I think what the main thing that Sean wanted to fix is that you can like drop down from the upper platform on Bravo down all the way down and basically be unaffected.
Yeah, because all you do is take leg damage, and nobody cares about your legs.
Sure. Well, also, so.
Well, like if I was doing FPS, and I'm not, I would have some sort of mechanic for being able to brace yourself for impacts, so that you could take so you could take long fall, but without taking the damage, but you would possibly lose whatever momentum or something. So you could like really commit yourself to something where that seems like a good idea, but then leave yourself open if you've mistimed it.
Well, if it was a